Right, so a lot of people have been asking me about the recipes, some of the recipes that I make. Okay, and this is one of my favourites. It's a kebab, and it's absolutely tasty. I absolutely love it. The only trouble is when it's that tasty, you can end up eating too much. Right, it's really simple. I've got roughly just under 1.5 kilos of chicken mince here. To that, I will add garlic paste. You can use fresh crushed garlic if you wanted. 2 spoons of that, 2 teaspoons of that, 2, and ginger paste, 2, garam masala, and this is the thing that really gives it the flavour, as well as the ginger and garlic. Okay, so 2 of them, and you can really put it to taste. I'd start off with 2, and then if it's too strong, reduce it. If it's not strong enough, increase it. Okay. 2 teaspoons of salt, and I'm just using regular table salt here. You can use sea salt if you wanted. And chili powder. This is optional. Chili, however, is one of the ingredients in most fat burners. So I'll put just a heaped teaspoon of this because it can get really hot, and this is the extra hot variety. A tiny bit more. Okay, and now if you wanted to add bulk, you can add diced onions or fresh chilies and coriander, fresh coriander, and maybe even curry leaves. But I like to keep things simple. And if you're an entrepreneur watching this, remember, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it stupid, simple. And I prefer it like that. I like to keep things easy. Okay, so you just mix all that together, and I'll pause the video once I do that. And after that's done, you just roll it up and stick it on a preheated George Foreman grill, and you're done. I don't measure the weight of it, and you really don't have to. And if you've seen some of my pictures, I went from pretty fat to lean without measuring any calories or macros or anything. However, if at a later stage, I'm getting to a stage now where I probably do have to, but not probably, I do have to start measuring my macros because I'm trying to get even leaner and even bigger. Okay, so I'll just pause that and mix that, and I'll be with you in a second. I thought I'd show you some of the mixing, and I just use my hands to mix it. Make sure it's all mixed in thoroughly, because one of the things that you might notice is that you get lumps of the powder in certain places, and I prefer to have it evenly distributed throughout the meat. Okay, so I'll just continue to do that, and you might want to leave it for 5 minutes. I mean, you don't have to, but some of my friends who are chefs, they say it's better to just leave it for a few minutes, let the flavour sort of settle in. And this is my final product. I like to get it this sort of colour, and once it's that sort of colour, it's about making the balls and just chucking it onto the grill. Right, I've moved the George Foreman grill closer to the camera so you can see what's happening. You get a bowl of water like this, so the meat doesn't stick to your hands. And I don't bother with putting sprays, 1 calorie sprays and all that, reduce the calories. And it's just a case of wetting your hands, getting a ball, like so, and just, can you do it with 1 hand? And making patties. Okay, I don't bother, like I said, I don't bother weighing them. This recipe is so simple, I taught my 8-year-old son how to do it. Okay, and it's really tasty as well. And that's it really, just put it on there for a couple of minutes. There you go, that's the first one. And by the time that's done, by the time I've got to the end, that will be done. So I'll take that off and I'll put the next one on. And I'll keep working like that till they're all done. And that's it really, voila, you're done. Bob's your uncle. Well, statistically it's probably more likely to be Dave, but you know what I mean. I just thought I'd show you, I'm coming to the end of it, so I just thought I'd show you what it looks like. Now, that's done. now I can start flipping the other one over. That'll be more or less done, so I start flipping it over. Now, here's a little tip for you. If you want it to be succulent, just flip it over. If you don't mind it being a bit dry, and I prefer it succulent, well, in fact, sometimes I prefer it more succulent, other times I don't mind it a little bit crispy, if you like. If you want it crispy, put the lid down like this. But with this type of George Foreman grill, it's a nightmare cleaning the top part. Okay, now they've got better, more improved designs where you can take the plate off and wash them. And if you want it cooking really quick, just put the lid down and they all get done. If you want it to be succulent, but it'll take a bit longer, is you just flip them all over. Okay, so like so. Right, once them kebabs are done, you can make them into little strips and have them in a wrap like this, or you can have them in these pita breads, a wholemeal pita bread, both in one wrap. Okay, and that will beat any takeaway meal that you can get in terms of health, quality and taste. And maybe I'll show you, well, you've seen, you might have seen, if you're on my Instagram, if you go to my Instagram, you'll see where I've made some of these wraps and pita bread meals. Okay, and that's definitely the end of this video now. And if you've enjoyed the video, hit like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, see you again soon. And if there's any questions, just leave a comment at the bottom. Or you can join my Facebook group. You can find me under Calm Fitness. That's KAAN Fitness. And you can ask me questions on there. I tend to respond on there faster.
You can put it at the end.